Okay, everyone. So today I'm going to go over what we did in session 2. So let's start with opening up our last project. So if you guys made a project last lesson, then head over to this folder, click on it, and you'll find all your last projects. So I saved all my work in the Scratch class project. I'm going to click on that, and press C inside, and then I'm going to show you guys what we did today. So just going to leave all the blocks up here for now. Alright, so the first thing we did today is we recapped the blocks we went over last time. So that was a move 10 steps, turn 15 degrees, and the say block. Now, what was different about today is that we went over sequencing, which is basically combining these blocks to do something more. Usually, when you have these blocks by themselves, they would just do one single function, such as move 10 steps, or just turning a certain amount of degrees. So why don't we combine this and we can make a more complex and a function that does something better or something more. Now watch this. It'll move and turn. So it does more complex stuff this way. So instead of just having it to move forward, it can move and turn. Or you can combine it with a say. And it says hello after moving forward, or you can have a lot more combinations, such as having it say how are you afterwards, and then it moves, says hello, and then it says how are you. So that's that. And then next is our events. So events are like button presses pretty much. They allow you to just connect one movement or one feature to a button. For example, we have the move 20 steps, and then we can head over to our events tab and find when space key press. So let's attach that when space key pressed to move 20 steps. Now on your keyboard, if you find the space key, press it and see what happens. Our character, our sprite, moves 20 steps. And that's pretty much an event. It takes an event such as a key press and it does something. So after going over briefly about events, we got to work on our functions, our example functions. So first in Scratch, an important function is our reset function. Basically, if let's say our cat is all the way over to the right and is facing down, that's not an optimal starting position for a cat, right? We want it to be in the middle and facing forward. So I'll show you how we can solve that. So I'm just going to keep our cat in the top, somewhere where we wouldn't want it to start, facing down. So whenever a program in Scratch starts, we press the green flag. So remember when we talked about events, that's when you press something? Well, look here, when green flag clicked. That will help us get started on our function. When their program starts, we press this, and then the stuff following it will happen. So first things first, we want our cat to head over to the center. So we go over to motion and see this one block, go to X, Y. So our X and Y tell us like the distance from the center. So right now these tell us our cat's coordinates. 151 X means it's 151 steps from the center going right. So like this, it's 150 steps. And then Y, 112 means it's how high or below it is from the center. So it's 112 steps from the center up. So if we wanted to go in the center, we go to 0, 0. That's first. Let's click the flag. Oh, alright. Sorry, let me just detach this. Okay. So, what happened before is that was my completed function. So it did the right thing. I'm going to show you about this that we're making right now. The incomplete one right now that we're building. So, press the flag and it just goes into the middle. We want it to face forward. So for that, we're going to go and find point in direction. Now you can click on this and you can see you can change the direction that the cat goes in. So if you want to face down, you can point the arrow down and it'll face down. But right now we want it to face straight. So point in direction 90 and it faces straight. So let me show it to you guys. So put the cat in somewhere very weird. You don't want it to start there and make it face like the ground. Now when you make your program start, press the green flag and boom. That's an event and a sequence right there. That's like our reset sequence. And then we're going to go over quickly about our walk functions. When we're building a character in, let's say, a game or something, we have our character can do certain things. In this case, walk or jump, something like that. So we're going to take our event, and usually whenever I play a game, I know whenever my character walks forward, I have the right arrow key pressed. So that's what I want to connect it to, the right arrow. And it moves 10 steps. Oh, I'm just going to detach my code from earlier. That's the completed one, if you're wondering. For the one we're still working on, Okay. So it will move 10 steps forward. Now, let's go to events. Now it goes forward, but how about backwards? So we make it go left arrow, and then we find our move 10 steps function. And then this time we have to make it negative 10 steps. So I'll go the opposite direction. Ready? Just like that. And then finally we have our jump. So I'm gonna make the jump the up arrow. Okay. So remember when I talked about earlier our y coordinate? It's like how high or below we are from the center. So that we take the change y block. That will allow us to go higher. So change y by 10. But what's this? The cat only goes up. It doesn't come down, right? Whenever we jump, we want it to come down. So let's put change y by negative 10. And that'll help it go down. Let's press it now. But look, nothing happens. The thing is, these blocks perform right after each other. So it goes so fast that you don't even see it jump. So in that case, go to control and wait 1 second. And watch this. It jumps. Now if you want it to go higher, we can change it to 20, which will double the height. And then there we have it. So we built a character, but there's no animations. In Scratch, if we just have this, it looks a bit still, right? It's not waving its arms or moving its feet. So in Scratch, there's these things called costumes. They make our character look different, and we can give it like an animation, so it looks like it's walking. So what I like to do is I go over to looks and hit to next costume, and I'm just gonna attach it right under each function, just like that. Next costume, and then I'll just show it to you guys. So look, whenever it walks forward, right arrow, and when it goes backwards, left arrow, it also does the animation. And then if we wanted to jump as well with the costume, we can put it here. And if you want, you can have more costumes. So we can sandwich these blocks, and there's more costume changes. And just like that, we have built our own function. And we have built our own Scratch character. So that's it for sequencing and events. And the homework I assigned for today was to build your own character with the walk movements, with the right and left arrow, and jumping. And next class, we're going to go over loops, and I'll see you then.